Paris Hilton spent $300,000 on a mini mansion for her dogs that looks better than your home. But that's nothing compared to the human-sized home Kylie Jenner built for her pets. Then there's Lisa Vanderpump's dog Gigi with its own agent. These are the craziest things celebrities have bought for their pets. When it comes to the queen of going all out on crazy expensive things, Paris Hilton is so far ahead of the competition, it's not even fair. While your dog might go its whole life without ever trying on clothes, Paris Hilton has got her pets swagged out in the latest designer clothes from fashion houses. And this was before drop shipping really became what it is. So you know she put a call to their fashion houses to take her dog's measurements. As if the clothes weren't crazy enough, she also makes it a habit to buy her dog's designer bags. Like the time she bought a $5,500 Hermes bag just for her Chihuahua named Diamond. With that kind of money, you could get like 10 bags from Amazon. But when your account is as fat as Paris Hilton, your dog deserves a Birkin or two. Just when you thought she was insane for even getting her pooches a $5,000 bag, Paris turns around and drops a massive bag on a doggy home that puts your house to shame. Imagine a 2-story mansion with chandeliers, air conditioning, and designer furniture. You would think it's the interior of someone's dream home, but that's just what Paris Hilton's pets get to enjoy in their $325,000 mansion. You'd have to be completely crazy to build something that big for some dogs, but Paris Hilton also got in touch with Italian designers to turn her backyard into a 300-square-foot replica of her home.
It used to look like a bookshelf and it was a hidden door and you'd pull it out. I'm gonna go check on the doggy mansion. Hopefully they didn't rip that out because it seems like every single room in this house is gone. I love this house.
You don't need to take a peek at dog heaven to know it should look something like Paris Hilton's dog paradise. Even though you might not be able to build outrageous homes for your pets, you can still subscribe to the channel because it's free and it won't cause a massive dent in your bank account. Speaking of massive dents, Paris Hilton isn't the only one burning a hole in their bank accounts. Britney Spears is just another celebrity who loves to go above and beyond for her dog. And when we say above and beyond, we mean it literally. Way back in 2015, Britney spent a mind-boggling $50,000 on her pets alone, and it gets worse. The only way we know this is because her finances got leaked, and it was revealed that a visit to the pet groomer cost Britney Spears $300. 12 visits to the vet cost her $4,000, and she spent $14,000 on pet sitting, and that's not even thinking about feeding and toys. The craziest thing about her finances leaking was discovering that she only spent $6,000 on human gifts, which makes it clear that Britney's dogs probably live a better life than most of us. But even though Britney's dogs live like kings, they don't really know what it feels like to be a celebrity, and that's where Lisa Vanderpump's dog comes in. Over the years, we've seen a lot of celebrity pets, but none of them could ever get to rub elbows with Gigi Vanderpump. Imagine having a dog that doesn't just dress in the best designer clothes, but also wines and dines with celebrities like Drake and Jennifer Lawrence. That's the life Gigi Vanderpump lived, even though she was just a dog. And it's all thanks to her mom, Lisa Vanderpump, hooking her up with her own agent. Anyone who wants to make a name for themselves in Hollywood knows they need a good agent to strike deals and bring in new work. And nobody knows this better than the Vanderpump dog. You might think the agent thing is a gimmick, but Lisa really got her dog in the same agency with superstars like Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts. Imagine stumbling upon a list of clients for the agency and seeing Gigi's in a list that includes some of the hottest movie talents on the block. That's like getting a turtle to play in the NBA, and it's only possible because Lisa Vanderpump spends as much as $80,000 on Gigi. Who would have thought that people would be out here spending their life savings on a pet? If you feel bad about Gigi Vanderpump's career, then your day is about to get even worse, because a man named Karl Lagerfeld has a millionaire cat who lives better than you. We are used to celebrities spending outrageous sums of money on their pets, but Karl Lagerfeld flips the script on its head with a pet that earns money from walking the runway. Meet Choupette, the cat who has probably been on more Vogue covers than any sexy supermodel you know. Karl wasn't going to let his super busy schedule as creative director for Chanel stop him from seeing his beloved cat. So he cooked up a plan to have Choupette featured in ad campaigns, and it took the fashion scene by storm. Nobody expected a cat to compete with models, but Choupette did it, and she earned over $3 million in the process. If you're wondering what a cat does with a $3 million net worth, look no further, because Karl Lagerfeld revealed that the money is spent on 2 maids who provide round-the-clock attention for the beloved pet. Most kids can't even get their parents' attention for the whole day, but this cat has maids whose only job is to groom her and make sure she never gets bored. To maintain Choupette's majestic coat, one maid brushes her 4 times a day, and it's enough to show how broke we really are. We aren't even going to talk about the other things Choupette enjoys as a model for designer brands, like custom-made clothes and private air travel. It's depressing enough that a cat lives a better life than most humans surrounded by models, but Choupette isn't the only pet living the luxury lifestyle. She is in a class with Mariah Carey's dogs, who live so lavishly they even go on vacation abroad, and of course, they fly first class. It's no secret that Mariah Carey loves the finer things in life. She's the type to have champagne first thing in the morning and spend $10,000 on her hair and makeup. With spending habits like that, Mariah made the news when it was discovered that she spent $45,000 on spa dates for her dogs in a year. Imagine how sick you'd be hearing that someone spent your annual salary on spa dates for dogs who lick themselves every single day. That's the reality of Mariah's pets, and it's not even the craziest thing she has done for her beloved pets. Since it's Mariah Carey, the spa dates were just the tip of the iceberg. The singer loves to treat her pooches to European vacations, which cost $25,000. And no luxury vacation would ever be complete without $2,000 first-class tickets for each dog. Since she has 2 dogs, that's $4,000 spent on getting them to the holiday resort. Sometimes she even lets them take her private jet on their vacations, and it's really one of those things you can't wrap your head around. Mariah Carey's pets may live life like Russian billionaires, but they still don't top the charts when it comes to pooches with the most extravagant lifestyle. That award goes to Queen Elizabeth's Pembroke Welsh Corgis, and you wouldn't believe the kind of things the Queen got for her dogs. The Corgis were part of a royal breeding program that made sure the late Queen lived most of her life surrounded by the short dogs. With royalty running through their veins, these dogs weren't like any regular canines. They have their own room in Buckingham Palace, which is filled with toys and clean sheets that are changed every single day. While your dog struggles to take down canned wet food, the Queen hires gourmet chefs to cook delicious steaks and chicken breast for her corgis. They also travel in style like the royal family, and during the Queen's early days, they accompanied her on her honeymoon. Imagine walking into a room at the royal palace filled to the brim with dog toys and loyal servants on each side protecting the dogs all day. Seeing how much it takes to breed special dogs, you're looking at $100,000 just to get the dogs to the palace. When we add the cost of feeding and taking care of the pups, it comes in at well over $500,000. I don't know what it is with rich people and their dogs, but that's a crazy amount to spend on a pet. Speaking of crazy amounts spent on pets, the only person who would even consider doing more than Mariah Carey and Paris Hilton is Kylie Jenner. And if you know Kylie, you know she doesn't do normal. When reports broke out that Kylie was planning to build a human-sized home for her pets, most people didn't think much about it, since we already had fanatics like Paris Hilton spending fat stacks on her pets. But boy, were we wrong. While Paris Hilton decided to go with a mini replica of her own home, Kylie went in the opposite direction with a home which is big enough to fit full-grown people. If you're wondering what little dogs would do with that much space, then you might have more questions when you see the heating and air conditioning unit attached to the home. That's $300,000 to have your pets living in a pet home that's better than what most people have to make do with. And it doesn't end there. Kylie also hired a dog nanny for $100,000 who gives her pooches everything they want. That might sound like a lot to spend on doggy daycare, but Kylie's pets make it worth it with an Instagram account with over 300,000 followers, and they bring in close to $4,000 with each sponsored post. So they don't just get to live the best life a pet could have, they also bring in their own money, which goes back into their upkeep.